Ma'am, we wrote till the cells that are seen with the help of a microscope are called a few micrometers in diameter.
I can't hear you, dear. I can't hear you. Your voice gets muffled in between.
Ma'am, we wrote till the cells that are
Okay,
seen with the help of a microscope are called a few micrometers in diameter.
okay, okay. Okay, okay. You people have written the last thing about the cell size, right? All right. Now, did you people have any difficulty in the previous topic that we had discussed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, students, switch on your videos. Come on quickly. All right. Okay, very good. All right. Sarah, I saw your marks. Very good. Your test
Thank
went
you.
good.
Yeah, it went well.
Very nice. Your marks show that. You got 8.5 upon 10, right?
Yeah, when I first
Very
asked
good.
the teacher, she told me I got less than 5. But when I saw the paper, it said 8.5.
Yeah, I was so happy seeing your marks. Very good. So, like, where did you face, which question got wrong that you got the marks cut?
I'm not sure. I don't really remember right now.
Okay, okay. Anyway, very good. Now, see, students, so we had discussed about the cell size, right? Now we'll discuss about the cell theory. You people have, like, I done cell theory with you all?
Yeah.
No, Ayan?
Yes, ma'am.
I have. I have done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the various components of the cell. Now, but before that, remember that these are the levels of organization, meaning when one cell is there, we call it cellular level. But then multiple cells come together and they form a tissue. So that is known as, like, a group of cells make the tissue. Same way a group of tissue would make the organ, and then a group of organs would make the organ system. So these are the levels of organization. The cellular level, or the level in which only the cell is present, that is for the lower organisms. And slowly as the organism's body becomes complex, then the person has, like, like us humans, we have organ system in our body. Now, talking about the various components of the cell, we have plasma membrane, we have nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell organelles. These are the four main components of the cell. Components means inside the cell, these things are present. Now, see, in our body, what happens is that every single organ, every single tissue, and every single cell, all of them have their own particular functions to perform. And, like, they are very specific. Just like how our heart, which is present in our body, it is responsible for pumping blood. Now, if you talk about the eyes, have you ever heard that the eyes are doing the digestion? Or have you ever heard that the stomach is listening for you? No,
No,
right?
ma'am.
Sure. I hope none of your stomachs can hear. Are you
No,
all
ma'am.
sure? Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought maybe someone would have a stomach that can speak. Can your stomach speak? I hope not.
No.
Imagine, imagine if your stomach spoke and now you unmute yourself to speak from your mouth and then your stomach spoke for you. Oh God, that would be so creepy, right? Thank God, none of you are like that. Anyway, with that being said, this is what I meant to say, that every single cell, every single tissue, and every single organ in our body, they have their own specific function to perform. Okay, clear? Same way, if we talk about the components of the cell, meaning the things that are present inside the cell, they also have their own functions to perform, particular function. Same way, like the plasma membrane has its own function, the nucleus has its own function, the cytoplasm or the protoplasm has its own function, and the cell organelles itself have their own function. Now, before we discuss each of the components of the cell, we must discuss about the organisms. Now, initially, if I ask you, what are the types of organisms depending upon the number of cells in their body? What would your answer be? Number of cells. If you like take the basis number of cells, so what will be the two types of organisms? Tell me. Tell me, students. What will be the two types of organisms if we take the number of cells in their body?
Ma'am, unicellular and multicellular.
Exactly. Unicellular and multicellular. Now, unicellular organisms are those organisms that have how many cells in their body?
One.
One cell.
One. Very good. And then multicellular organisms are those that have multiple cells in their body. Same way, we can divide organisms into further two types. Now, remember, this, like the basis of this division, the organisms can be divided into prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. Now, prokaryotic and eukaryotic, they are like differentiated depending upon the membrane surrounding the nucleus. Now, let us see. For example, if this is a cell, okay, inside the cell, this outer membrane is the plasma membrane. Inside the plasma membrane, there is cytoplasm present. And then there is a nucleus. Okay. This is a nucleus. And the genetic material, which can be DNA, which can be RNA, that is present inside the nucleus. Okay. Now, all those organisms that have a boundary surrounding the nucleus, meaning a nucleus has an outlining. So, those organisms are known as eukaryotic organisms. But if you remove this, no boundary is there, nucleus is not defined by a boundary, so then those organisms are prokaryotic organisms, meaning they do not have a nuclear membrane. Only the eukaryotic organisms have the nuclear membrane present in them. So talking about the prokaryotic organism, we can say that these are the organisms that do not have a membrane bound nucleus. They also do not have the membrane bound cell organelles. And the example is bacteria. Okay. All the unicellular organisms, like most of them, such as bacteria, they come under the prokaryotes. But then talking about the eukaryotic organisms, so these are the organisms that actually have a membrane bound nucleus, and they also have all the membrane bound cell organelles present. Do you people understand the meaning of membrane bound?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone understands the meaning? And like, how would you define membrane bound? Tell me. You can use your own words to tell me. It's okay. It doesn't have to be bookish. Anything that is membrane bound means that, see, when I ask you people, do you understand? You nod yes. And then I ask you to explain it, all of you go blank. Why? You don't have to be shy. It's okay. Use your own words. It's fine. I am not looking for a perfect answer. I just want to see that you people have understood. What is the meaning of membrane bound?
Ma'am, membrane bound is a structure that is around a cell.
Membrane bound is a structure. No, no. That is plasma membrane. That is something else. I am asking, do you people understand the meaning of membrane bound? No. It's okay if you don't. Just say no, I don't. I do not understand, ma'am. I'll explain it again. Tell me.
No, ma'am.
Okay, see this. For example, I've drawn something here. Okay, and then I've drawn something here. Situation number one. Situation number two. This situation is membrane bound situation. Membrane bound means it has a membrane surrounding it. Anything that is membrane bound, it means that that particular thing has a membrane all around it. And this one is non-membrane bound, meaning no membrane is there. So whenever there is non-membrane bound, it means that no membrane is present. And the things that are membrane bound means that membrane present. And what is the meaning of membrane? We are saying membrane, membrane all the time. What is the meaning of membrane? Say. I mean, what do you understand? You don't have to tell me the biology answer. What do you understand by membrane? You understand something by it, right? Tell me. Membrane doesn't mean Mariam ma'am, right? This is so clear to everyone, right? Then what does membrane mean?
Ma'am, is it a thin layer?
It is a thin layer, correct? It is a thin layer. It is an outer layer. For example, if this is my hand, okay? Right now it's membraneless. Now if I put it on it, now it is surrounded by a membrane. This is a membrane. A membrane is a covering. It is a layer. Clear? Clear to everyone? Sure? All right. So now those organisms whose nucleus has a membrane surrounding it, has a layer surrounding the nucleus, that is known as a membrane bound nucleus. Clear? Sure? 100% clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, okay, very good. Now, the best example for all the eukaryotic organism is humans, animals, plants, and fungus. All of them are eukaryotes, meaning they have a proper nucleus, meaning a nucleus surrounded by the membrane. And apart from that, they also have cell organelles, meaning cell organelles are little organs that are present inside the cell. So they have that also. Any doubts till now? Sure. Okay, now if I ask you, like, if in between prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organism, which one would have their DNA like lying there in the cell just like that?
Prokaryotic?
Which one?
Prokaryotic?
Correct. Prokaryotic. Since they do not have anything to limit the structure of the nucleus, so their DNA will be present just like that. This thing is clear to everyone? Ayan, is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now moving forward, remember one more thing, that the prokaryotes, they are the most primitive organisms. They are very primitive. Primitive means that they are like they occurred on the earth first, long before us. And then eukaryotic organisms, they are more advanced and they occurred later on, but they have better functions, they have better structures present as compared to the prokaryotes. Clear? Now, moving forward, like the components. Now we are going to go in depth about the variety of components that we can find inside the cell, out of which the three main components are plasma membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. Okay, so the first one that we will be discussing about is the plasma membrane. Do you people have any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Before I let you write down, first you tell me or answer these questions. One of the question, who discovered the first living cell, students?
Ma'am, Leeuwenhoek.
Leeuwenhoek. And what is his full name?
Uh, Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, who knows the full name of the person who discovered the first living cell? Full name. Ayan, do you remember?
Yeah, ma'am, I was in the note.
Okay. Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Okay. Leeuwenhoek was right. And Anton von is his like first. Okay, who discovered the first dead cell, students?
Robert Hooke.
Robert. All right, very good. Who gave the cell theory?
Hayden and Swan.
Schleiden and Swan. Then what did Rudolf Virchow do? Ayan, what did Rudolf Virchow do? Why is he famous?
Ma'am, I don't know. I forgot.
Okay, who can tell me what did Rudolf Virchow do? Who can tell me? Tara?
He gave a point for cell theory
Correct. What was the point?
that all cells come from pre-existing cells.
Exactly. When you know the answer, why don't you unmute yourself and answer? Also, students, remember one thing. Let us set some rules for the class. Okay? This is for everyone. Now, the rules. You listen to the rules very carefully. The first is that you don't come late to the class. The second rule is that wherever, no matter what it is, if you have any doubt, even if the doubt is this tiny or the doubt is this big, you will ask me without any hesitation, without any shyness. Okay? You have to be very free with me so that anything that comes to your mind, you quickly ask me. Because you know what happens? Sometimes we feel shy or we feel like, okay, if I ask this, ma'am will think, oh, this is so small thing. How does this person not know? But it's not the case. Okay? Even if, like, for example, the question says, what are the three basic? Now, even if you don't understand the meaning of basic, you can answer that. So no matter how weird your doubt is, I am here to clear it for you. So no shyness, no hesitation in the class. So was this second rule or third rule? Anyway, whatever number is this is one rule. And like the next rule is that you people will have fun learning. Okay? You don't come to the class be like, I have to do the biology class. No, no. Come like, okay, we're going to meet Mariam ma'am. We're going to learn so many. Come like that. Okay? And talk to me. It's okay. You people don't have to sit quietly. The more you speak, the more you interact with me, the better you will learn. And you will like remember, like, oh, ma'am told this about in the class. Oh, I remember it from that. So the better you interact with me, the better you learn. Okay? These are the rules. Have you ever heard such nice rules in your life?
Not really.
Okay. All right. Now you people can note down and then we'll move forward and talk about the plasma membrane. First, you note down this thing. You can switch off your videos and write down comfortably.
Ma'am, done.
Okay, everyone's done?
Ma'am, I'm writing that last one.
Okay, okay. Tell me when you all are done, then I'll scroll.
I'm done too.
Ma'am, done.
I'm done.
Ma'am, done. Ma'am, done.
I'm done.
Okay, all of you are done?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, 10.
Everyone's done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. All right, now let's move forward and talk about the components of our cell. Now, the first component of a cell that we have to discuss is the plasma membrane. Now, the plasma membrane, remember, this is again a membrane. Membrane means a covering. So, this covering is surrounding the whole entire cell, not nucleus, but the whole entire cell. Now, what is a membrane? So, remember always that a membrane is a covering. Now talking about a plasma membrane. Now plasma membrane, this is a protective covering which is present all around the cell. And what is the function of plasma membrane? So it protects the cell against the external environment. It is responsible for protecting the cell against the external, meaning anything that is present outside the cell will become the external environment, and they are responsible for, like, the plasma membrane is responsible for protecting the cell from that harsh external environment. Now, this plasma membrane that the cell has, it is a very unique membrane. Now, why do we call it unique? See, it has a very special property that it can let things come inside and it can also let things go outside from it. So it can allow the movement of substances, meaning the substance can move through it. So the plasma membrane allows the influx of the substance. Influx means the inflow of any kind of substance. And it also allows the efflux of the substance, meaning outflow, meaning from the cell outside and then from the outside inside the cell. So it allows both the kind of movements. So since anything can pass through it, that is the reason why we call the plasma membrane as selectively permeable membrane. Meaning it doesn't mean that it will allow every single thing to come inside and go outside. No, there are certain substances that can easily move in and outside the plasma membrane. And this is the reason why it is selectively, meaning selective to some molecules, permeable. It permits moving in or moving out, and it is a membrane, meaning a covering. So because of this, because it allows the influx and it allows the efflux. Okay, any doubts up until now? Plasma membrane is clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, furthermore, there is a very important type of movement that we have to talk about. That is diffusion. Now, diffusion is the movement of gases, atoms, molecules, any substance from a region of high concentration to the region of low concentration through the semi-permeable membrane or through the selectively permeable membrane. So this movement is known as diffusion. So the movement by which the molecules can come inside the cell and can go outside the cell, that is what we call as diffusion. Okay. Now, what do you people understand by high concentration and low concentration? What do you understand by that? What is the meaning of high concentration and what is the meaning of low concentration?
I don't understand what high and low concentration is.
Okay. No, none of you understand what is the meaning of high and low concentration?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll tell you. See, for example, if this is one place, okay, and this is another place. This is another place. Okay, this is number one, and this is number two. Now, if we are talking about oxygen, oxygen is what? Is it a solid or a liquid or a gas?
Again.
So we are talking about O2. So O2 is present in both of the places. Okay. Now in one place there is higher amount of O2 present and in one place there is lower amount of O2 present. It means that situation number one is at high concentration of oxygen, whereas situation number two is low concentration of oxygen. So in one place, there is high concentration. High concentration means more amount of oxygen, more amount of any gases or any kind of liquid. So in any place where there is a larger amount as compared to the another place. Now this place has lower concentration. It means that high concentration is the situation number one and low concentration is the situation number two. Now we have talked about diffusion and we say that it is the movement of gases from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. So what do you think? Where will the gas move from 1 to 2 or from 2 to 1?
Wanted to?
From 2 to 1.
2 to 1? How? Tell me how from 2 to 1?
Ma'am, because it will move from higher concentration to lower concentration.
Yeah, but 1 has higher concentration, no? So from 1 to 2, it like the gas will move from this place to the lower area until it becomes equal. When it will be equal, then the gas will stop moving. But till then, the gas, the liquid, anything will move from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now concentration is clear? And remember one more thing I'll tell you, that the presence of high concentration and then low concentration, it means that there is a concentration. Concentration means amount. Okay. It's not focus. It's not that concentration. It's the amount. So concentration means the amount. And whenever you see a high concentration and a low concentration, it means that there is the presence of concentration gradient. Gradient means in one place the concentration will be high and in one place the concentration will be low. Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So this is about the diffusion. Now you people can note down. And see students, you don't be in a rush to note down. First you read what is written, then you note down after understanding. Don't be in a rush. No one is going anywhere.
Ma'am, done.
All of you are done?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, students, do you have any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay, students. So we'll keep it till here only for today's class. And in the next class, we'll talk about the ways by which the particular diffusion is useful to us. Do you people have any doubts in the topics that we had discussed today?
No, ma'am.
All
No,
right.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, students. I'll meet you in the next class.
Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Okay. Good.